like a lake? Please help me introducing Jeff.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I bet you $20 that all of us at some time or another have had someone, somewhere, someplace say something not nice to us. Is that true or true? Now, how many of you would like to find a way that you could overcome that instantly, if you could?
Sure.
Our daughter, Summer, when she was in 5th grade, came home one day and she was crying. Good Daddy, they called me a name. I said, who called you? Teresa. What'd she call you? Four Eyes Forrest. I said, well, they call me Four Eyes Forrest. Give me a high five. And she wasn't tickled. I said, Summer, and I don't know where this came from. It just actually, maybe divine intervention. But I said, well, Summer, life is like a lake. And we're all floating in this lake together. And if someone comes up to you and says, Four Eyes Forrest, that's like a lead weight. Now what happens, Summer, if somebody hands you a lead weight and you are actually in the water? I'll start to sink, Daddy. I said, then what happens if they hand you a second lead weight? I said, ooh, I used to have a shirt like that, then my dad got a job. Yeah. Okay, that's another one, and you start to sink. Now what happens if they hand you even a third one and says, Summer, your hair is ugly today? Well, I'll sink further. So the key, Summer, is just to really learn how to let it go. So here's what I want you to do. If someone comes up to you and says, Summer, Four Eyes Forrest, your hair is ugly, or that's an ugly dress, all I want you to do is to physically to turn your hand over and just let it go and look at them and say, thank you. I'll make a note of that. But I want you to smile when you do that. So imagine you do this. Imagine, Linda, you do this to somebody. Somebody says something to you and you go, thank you. I'll make a note of that. The people don't know what you're thinking about or what you're talking about, what you're smiling about. They are unarmed, they're disarmed, they don't know what to do. And so what happens is that the contrast is instead of having lead weights, and I was going to do this, and let's see, yeah, this will work. I was going to have someone come up here and put these around their neck, and then this one I tried to put on last night, but it didn't fit. Oh, there. All right. And so what happens, you see people walking around like this, and they're carrying about a heavy load. And because they're hanging on to this stuff. And it was interesting to me to even discover that this concept has permeated our generations. Our 3-year-old granddaughter actually runs around the house and she's singing, let it go, let it go. That's a true story. I don't know if there's a connection, but that's a true story about let it go. And I said, Summer, also, what happens if someone comes up to you and hands you a helium balloon? And she goes, well, if I'm in a lake, Daddy, and somebody hands me a helium balloon, then I'll start to float. I said, that's right. Now, I don't know if this is going to work because I got untied. So what happens is I'm going to do this. I'm going to give this to Brianne. Brianne, if you carry this around all day, what do you think people are going to think about you? Are they going to smile? Are they going to smile? Yeah. They're going to smile. And you're lighthearted and you're carrying this. So I gave daughter Summer, an assignment. And I said, I want you every day to hand out 3 helium balloons to someone. So I want you to say, Teresa, that's a beautiful haircut. Or thank you, teacher, for that great assignment. Or Johnny, you did a great job, I say, in recess and kickball. And as you hand out those helium balloons, watch what happens. So for about a week and a half, she did what I asked her to do. She did hand out helium balloons. And all of a sudden, she found out, hey, that's a much better way to live if you give people compliments versus if you give people some negatives. And so, likewise, all of us have that same opportunity. You can hang on to negative comments that people tell you, or you say, thank you, I'll make a note of that. So that is a tool that you can use. It's transferable, it's easy, and I have no idea if Ryan turned on the clock or not, but if he didn't, okay. But 4:30, I'm there, I'm gonna give the time back there, but you have now a tool to use.